Have you ever eaten something totally normal, like a snack, a drink, or a quick breakfast, and later wondered why your energy or performance felt off? Most men don't realize it, but certain everyday foods are quietly reducing blood flow, draining testosterone, and weakening their erections, one bite at a time. Hello everyone, I am Nora, and welcome to Heal Naturally, your trusted source for science-backed, natural men's health. Today, we're breaking down 5 common foods that may seem harmless, but are slowly sabotaging your stamina, your drive, and your confidence. If you care about your long-term vitality and want to take charge of your health naturally, make sure to subscribe, and let's get right into it. The hidden sugar trap. Why healthy carbs aren't always healthy. When most men think about sugar, they picture desserts or sodas. But the truth is, sugar hides everywhere. Even in so-called healthy foods like breakfast cereals, flavored yogurts, sports drinks, and granola bars. And here's the real problem. Every time you spike your blood sugar, your body releases a surge of insulin. Over time, this constant insulin spike dulls your body's sensitivity to it, leading to inflammation and poorer blood circulation, 2 of the biggest enemies of a strong erection. Let's keep it simple. An erection depends on healthy blood flow. Sugar, especially when consumed often, makes your blood vessels stiff and inflamed. Think of it like clogging up tiny pipes. The pressure is still there, but the flow becomes weaker, slower, and more inconsistent. Now, here's the part most men don't realize. A study from Harvard found that men with high blood sugar levels were up to 50% more likely to struggle with erectile dysfunction, even if they weren't diabetic yet. Why? Because sugar doesn't just affect your waistline. It affects your endothelial function, the ability of your blood vessels to open and deliver oxygen-rich blood where it's needed most. But there's more. Sugar also suppresses your testosterone. After a sweet snack, your testosterone levels can drop by as much as 25% within an hour, and that effect can last for several hours. Over time, those little drops add up, leaving you feeling tired, foggy, and unmotivated. And here's something subtle. Men who crave sugar often do so because their energy system is unstable. Their bodies are constantly chasing quick fuel. That roller coaster of energy, highs and crashes, stresses your adrenal glands and increases cortisol, the stress hormone that competes with testosterone. So what can you do instead? Switch to slow carbs. Think oats, quinoa, brown rice, and sweet potatoes. Foods that release energy gradually and support stable blood sugar. Eat more protein and healthy fats with each meal. Eggs, avocados, olive oil, or nuts. These stabilize insulin and keep testosterone steady. And most importantly, limit liquid sugar. That means soda, energy drinks, and even fruit juices. They're the fastest way to spike your sugar and harm your blood flow. The goal isn't to cut out all carbs. It's to give your body clean, consistent energy that fuels your hormones, not fights them. Once you stabilize your blood sugar, you'll notice not just better energy, but better focus, confidence, and yes, stronger performance where it matters most. The morning coffee mistake. How too much caffeine can backfire. Many men start their day with a cup of coffee, or 3. It feels harmless, even necessary. After all, caffeine wakes you up, sharpens focus, and gives that quick boost of energy. But there's a hidden side effect that most men never hear about. Too much caffeine can disrupt your hormonal balance and your blood flow. Here's why. Caffeine stimulates your adrenal glands, triggering a surge of cortisol, your body's primary stress hormone. In the short term, cortisol gives you energy, keeps you alert, and helps you react quickly. But in excess, it has a dark side. Chronic high cortisol lowers testosterone, disrupts sleep, and can increase anxiety, all of which interfere with sexual performance. Think of it this way. Erections are a signaling system. They rely on a delicate balance of hormones, blood flow, and nervous system activity. When cortisol is constantly elevated, it competes with testosterone, your key hormone for libido and strength. The result? Lower drive, weaker performance, and even difficulty maintaining an erection. Blood flow is affected too. Caffeine constricts your blood vessels temporarily. For most men, this effect is minor, but when combined with sugar, stress, or sedentary habits, it compounds the problem. Your morning pick-me-up can quietly sabotage the very system it's supposed to energize. But don't panic. You don't need to give up coffee completely. The trick is timing and moderation. Limit yourself to 1 to 2 cups per day. More than that, and you risk chronic cortisol spikes. Avoid caffeine late in the day. Even afternoon coffee can reduce sleep quality, lowering nightly testosterone production. Pair caffeine with food. A cup of black coffee on an empty stomach creates a bigger cortisol surge than when consumed with protein or healthy fats. Some men also overlook alternatives. Green tea, for example, provides a gentler lift while delivering antioxidants that protect blood vessels. Or matcha, which releases caffeine slowly and helps support steady energy. And here's a subtle benefit. Cutting back on caffeine can improve morning erections naturally. Many men report stronger, more consistent performance simply by reducing excessive stimulation and allowing their natural hormone cycles to stabilize. The takeaway: coffee itself isn't the enemy, overuse is. By respecting your body's rhythm and supporting steady hormone levels, you keep both your energy and your sexual health in peak condition. At this point, you've already addressed 2 of the 5 foods silently sabotaging men's performance: hidden sugars and excessive caffeine, processed meats and excess dairy, the hidden hormone killers. Let's talk about 2 foods most men consume regularly without thinking twice. Processed meats, like sausages, bacon, and deli slices, and high-fat dairy products, full-fat cheese, cream, and certain yogurts. On the surface, they seem harmless, even protein-rich. But here's the catch. They're loaded with hidden chemicals, preservatives, and unhealthy fats that quietly disrupt your hormones and blood flow. Why processed meats can harm your performance. Processed meats are often packed with nitrates and sodium. Nitrates can convert into compounds that reduce nitric oxide in your blood. Nitric oxide is essential because it's the molecule responsible for dilating your blood vessels, the very mechanism that enables strong, consistent erections. Excess sodium, on the other hand, can elevate blood pressure and lead to arterial stiffness over time. Stiff arteries are less able to deliver blood where it matters most, reducing performance and stamina naturally. Studies consistently show men who consume high amounts of processed meats are more likely to experience erectile dysfunction, decreased libido, and lower overall energy. And it's not just about blood flow. These foods can also trigger inflammation, which further suppresses testosterone and increases fatigue. The dairy dilemma. High-fat dairy can have similar effects, though in a slightly different way. Many dairy products contain added hormones or traces of estrogen, which can subtly skew your hormonal balance over time. Too much estrogen relative to testosterone can lower libido, reduce muscle tone, and make it harder to maintain strong erections. Even if your dairy is organic or hormone-free, consuming it in excess contributes to saturated fat intake, which affects vascular health. Remember, erections rely on a network of tiny blood vessels. Anything that narrows or damages those vessels will make performance more challenging. Natural swaps that restore vitality. Here's the good news. You don't have to give up all meat or dairy. The key is choosing quality over convenience. Switch processed meats for lean, whole proteins: chicken, turkey, fish, or grass-fed beef. These provide essential amino acids without the damaging preservatives. Opt for low-fat or plant-based dairy alternatives: almond milk, oat yogurt, or coconut-based cheeses. They provide calcium and protein without the hormone or saturated fat burden. Add nitric oxide supporting foods. Beets, spinach, and leafy greens naturally enhance blood flow and help counteract any damage from past dietary habits. Small swaps like these can make a huge difference over weeks and months. Not only will your erections improve, but your energy, mood, and focus will also climb. Your body responds best when it's fueled with natural, minimally processed foods, the kind that feed your hormones instead of sabotaging them. Finally, remember that these dietary changes are just one piece of the puzzle. Hydration, stress management, movement, and sleep all play crucial roles in sustaining sexual health and overall vitality. That completes the main content of the video. 5 everyday foods that quietly weaken your erections and lower performance, with practical, natural strategies for restoring strength and energy. So, let's quickly recap what we've learned today. Hidden sugars spike insulin, inflame blood vessels, and quietly lower testosterone. Excess caffeine can overstimulate your adrenal glands, raise cortisol, and reduce both energy and performance. Processed meats and high-fat dairy disrupt blood flow, elevate inflammation, and tip your hormones out of balance. The good news is this: you have control. By making simple, natural swaps like choosing whole carbs, moderating caffeine, and picking clean proteins, you're giving your body the fuel it needs to thrive. You're not just protecting your erections, you're boosting your energy, focus, and confidence in every area of life. Remember, men, real strength and vitality come from the choices you make every single day. Treat your body with respect, feed it naturally, and watch your performance, both in the bedroom and in life, improve naturally. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to Heal Naturally for more tips and hit the like button so other men can discover these life-changing strategies too. Take care of yourself, stay consistent, and remember, your health is in your hands.